Good morning, students. How are you? I'm Purnima, and once again, I'm meeting you after a long time after summer vacation. So, you must have enjoyed your summer vacation and you must have completed your holidays homework also. And so, in this video, I'm teaching you from the book Vistas, chapter number 7. And this time, I'm taking this interesting play as an O level. It is written by Colin Dexter. So, first of all, I will be telling you about the author. I will be discussing the summary of the lesson and of course and the difficult expression and all this new word meanings, and finally I will be explaining you the lesson, and I will be concluding the lesson with the important question answer, both textual and the question answers which might come in the board examination. So let's begin. So, the name of the play is Yvonne Tries an O Level. And first of all, I will be telling about the author Colin Dexter, and then afterward, I will be doing the background of the story. So, student, the full name of Colin Dexter is actually Norman Colin Dexter, and he was born on 29 September 1930. Well, he received Macavity Awards in 1996 for writing this play only. Yvonne Tries an O Level. In 2006, he was appointed as the officer of the Order of the British Empire for his services to the literature work. So now I've told you about the author, and now I will be telling you about the important characters of the play. As you can see here, that there are 8 important characters. So the first one is the secretary of the examinations board, and he is conducting the examination. The second is the governor of HM Prison, Oxford. The third is the main figure. The whole story is revolving around this figure only, and it is written here James Evans, a prisoner. His full name is James Roderick Evans. Then Mr. Jackson and Mr. Stephens are a prison officers. Of course, we cannot forget the revered S. McCleary. He is selected as an invigilator for the examination, but actually he is a parson. Parson means a priest from the church. Then Mr. Carter is there. He is a detective superintendent. And then Mr. Bell, detective chief inspector. So these are the major character of the story. Now let me tell you some of the background of this play. Now first, this play Yvonne Tries an O Level is a play dealing with crime and punishment. It is the story of a prisoner, Yvonne, who has escaped from the prison twice in the past, and the jail authorities have nicknamed him Yvonne the Brave. So he had escaped from the jail 3 times, and everybody is very alert when he is there in the jail, because he is already known by the name of that. What did I tell you just now? He is known by the name of Yvonne the Brave, because he had broken the lock 3 times and he had run away from the jail. At present, he is in jail now, and he is in the Oxford prison, which is heavily guarded under the surveillance of the governor. He wanted to learn German, and so a letter has been sent to the governor, and he has been allowed to appear for the examination, and government has also given him the facility of a tutor, and who has been appointed by the governor, and of course Yvonne befriends the tutor to reach out to his friend, who will once again help him to escape from prison. Well, the tutor gave him the coaching for 6 months. Now Yvonne is ready to face the examination, and this examination is very important. He had worked very hard for it. The jail authorities ensures maximum security arrangement for the examination. On the day of the exam, his bunk is checked thoroughly. A phone is installed in the room so that the governor can also listen to any conversation that takes place between Yvonne and the invigilator. But in spite of all this, I will tell you in the last that who had the last laugh. Was it Yvonne or was it the governor? So this is the background of the story I've told you, and the background of the play I've told you. Now I'm going to start with the summary. Now let's start with the initial point. That means a secretary of the examination board is there, and he receives a call from Oxford prison. Now children, when he receives a call from Oxford prison, and he was told that a chap called Yvonne started night classes in O-level German last September. This O-level examination was for German language only, and he is very keen to get some sort of academic qualification. Now the governor of the Oxford jail, he inquires about the procedure, and the secretary of the examination board asks him not to worry about it. He will be sending him all the forms and other necessary things to the jail authorities. Well, then he inquired about the student, he inquired about the prisoner Yvonne. The governor assured him that there is no record of violence against Yvonne. It is decided to examine him in his prison cell. But then also the secretary of the examination board decided that the examination will be conducted in the prison cell only. Now, who will go for the invigilation? And finally it was decided one of the parsons from St. Mary Max is arranged to invigilate. Now parsons mean, as I told you earlier also, it is a priest from the church. Now this Yvonne is known by the other prison officer as Yvonne's the Break, because I told you just now that he had escaped from prison 3 times. So on the day of the examination, everybody is very alert, and at 8:30 in the morning, Yvonne had 2 visitors, Jackson and Stephen. Both were selected as a senior prison officer on D wing, and both were selected to watch him during the time of the examination. Well, Jackson was the senior prison officer on D wing, and he and Yvonne had already become warm enemies earlier. And Yvonne, his face is unshaven, He wears a dirty red and white bobble hat upon his head. And these two prison officers, that is Stephen and Jackson, they make sure that his razor and nail scissors are taken away. He is given half an hour to smarten himself. Before appearing before the invigilator, Yvonne has been given half an hour to smarten himself. Well, finally, it is Stuart McLeary comes to invigilate. McLeary carries a brown suitcase. It contains all necessary papers, including a sealed question paper envelope. Well, the 2-hour examination was to start at 9:15, and Stephen brings two small square table and two hard chairs also. He placed them opposite to each other. They are taking no chances with Evans. They are very alert, they are very careful because of his previous break. Well, Stuart McLeary is greeted by the officer Jackson at the wings in the prison. It will be very difficult for Evans to make another break. He is sitting in a locked cell and all the prison officers are alert. The invigilator duty is to ensure that the strictest silence is observed while conducting the examination. The governor is worried about McLeary. He is feeling scared that if he has brought something like a jackknife, Yvonne can hold him hostage with such a weapon. Well, with all this situation, finally the examination begins. The examinee means the student, the person who is going to give the examination, and the invigilator have already been introduced by Stephenson, Officer Stephenson. McLeary asked Evans to write the name of the paper, his index number, etc. At 9:40 a.m., the assistant secretary speaks to the governor. They had forgotten to place a correction slip. Now, children, what is a correction slip? Let me tell you. Correction slip is a slip sent by the board or by the controller of the examination if some mistakes are there in the paper. So, the examination which had already started, and at 9:40 a.m. the assistant secretary speaks to the governor. They had forgotten to place a correction slip in the examination package. Jackson fears if the phone call is fake or it is some signal. Now, children, Jackson, he is a built alert and he is thinking that whether it is a fake call by someone or is it real or is it some signal or for some kind. But everything seems to be all right. Yvonne Sid is starting straight in front of him, holding his pen between his lips. And opposite to him sits McLeary. At 10:50 a.m., Yvonne wants a blanket round his shoulder. He is feeling cold. At 10:51 a.m., Stephen was surprised to see a grey blanket wrapped around Yvonne's shoulder. Stephen's wonder if Evans is not planning a sudden Batman leap to suffocate McLeary in the blanket. At 11:20 a.m., McLeary informs Yvonne that only 5 minutes remain. At 11:22 a.m., Gorman wants to speak to Stephenson. He wants him to accompany McLeary to the main gate. And McLeary, who was he? McLeary was the invigilator. Now the examination at 11:25, the invigilator, that is Mr. McLeary, he announces, he's saying, now stop writing please, your examination is over. Well, as per the instructions, Stephens walked with McLeary to the main gate. Now a very strange sight was noted. In fact, two abnormalities can be noticed here. First of all, McClure Scottish stain seems broader than ever. Secondly, his long black overcoat is reaching almost to his knees. That means the coat was not of his size. This was observed afterward when he was leaving after doing the duty of the invigilator. Now, Stephens wants to take just last one look at Evans. Stephen wants to take a last look because he feels that everything is okay, but before he leaves, let's just watch him, that what Yvonne is doing. Well, children, he makes his way to Yvonne's cell. Cell is the jail where he was locked. He opens the peephole once again. Oh no, Christ! No, Stephen cries. That means he had seen something very strange that he started shouting. Oh no, Christ, no. Now, what did he see? Let me tell you. In Yvonne's chair was lying a man. Okay, now in this chair, Yvonne's chair, a man was sitting. He was half sitting and half lying, in fact. His blanket from his shoulder. Now, did you remember when Yvonne was giving the examination, he told, I'm feeling cold and I want a blanket. And he was definitely given the blanket. Blanket is slipping from his shoulder. His hair are washed with red blood. So what the strange thing he had seen, that his whole hair was having red color blood. That is the thing. He felt that something wrong must have happened. Well, what happened next? The man is McClary. When they went close to him, who was this man? He was McClary. And Stephens shout loudly for Jackson. Now, I told you that Stephens and Jackson, they were the two prison officers, and they were selected especially to have a look, to keep an eye on Evans when he was writing his examination. Now, they felt everything is going smoothly, everything has become all right. So, Stephens shouts loudly for Jackson. McClary gives a long moan and tries to speak. Now, children, McClary, when he saw the officer, what happened? He gives a moan. Moan means he started crying in a very low noise, and he wanted to speak something. He asked them to get the police. He knew where Evans has gone. Almost immediately, siren starts sounding. Why? Because siren is a type of a signal when a prisoner run away. And within a minute, McClary with Jackson Stephen is greeted by the governor. And children, suddenly the governor was shocked, the governor of the Oxford prison, because he is the man in charge, and he also comes running to the place where Yvonne was giving this examination. McClary show him a photocopied sheet cleverly superimposed over the last page of the question paper. The governor reads, don't hit him too hard. Remember, he is a minister, and don't overdo the Scott. McClary cries, Elsfield Way. Now, children, here the McClary shows something strange was written in the page. And what did he told? He told the governor that he had ran towards Elsfield Way. He told Yvonne has gone there only. The governor is very furious. He asks who took Yvonne to the main gate. Stephen says that he acted as he was directed. In fact, nobody directed him. I told you a phone call was there in which Governor had instructed one of the officer that after giving the examination, the invigilator should, in a very respectfully full manner, he should be accompanied to the main gate. So this was the instruction from the governor, but in fact the governor did not instructed anything like that. So Yvonne Stephen says that he acted as he was told, as he was directed. The governor himself rang him at 11:20. Now the governor is very angry. He tells that don't behave like an idiot. It was not he that rang them at 11:20 a.m. And he started becoming very furious because it was not his call, and these two officers has believed that it was a call from the governor. So somebody has made this officer a big fool. It was Jackson who spent 10 hours in Yvonne's cell and reported that there was nothing hidden there. And yet Yvonne managed to conceal a false beard, a pair of spectacles, and also a sort of weapon. He had given McCleary such a terrible blow with it. The governor read the last line of the paper left by Evans in German. And what was written in that paper? Make your way to Narrow Graben. Narrow Graben is the name of a place. Now, everybody is shocked because what was feared that has happened. He had run away. Now, there is a hunt for Yvonne. The governor lights a cigarette. It has been a beautifully laid plan, he told them. He had left that question paper behind. Perhaps he was careless to leave that clue. He is sure that Mr. Clever Evans will be back inside his cell again. Then information comes that McCleary has spotted Evans driving off along Elsfield Way. Well, the government asks Carter if he has managed to get McCleary to hospital all right. He is told that McCleary is in the Radcliffe Hospital. A few minutes later, the government rings the hospital. The reply comes that no one named McCleary is there. The ambulance was sent to Elsfield to pick him up, but he vanished. A quarter of an hour later, they find that the actual McCleary, he was bound. Bound means he was tied with a rope and gagged in his study in Broad Street. He had been there since 8:50 a.m. Now children, are you understanding what I am saying? I am saying that in fact Parson McCleary, he was appointed as the invigilator of the examination. But somebody has double tricked him. He went in place of McCleary, and McCleary was tied with a rope. And he was gagged. Gagged means somebody must have tied his mouth and put a cloth inside his mouth so that nobody can hear his voice. So that he cannot shout and alert anybody else. So he had been there since 8:15 a.m. That means some other person who went by the name of McCleary, and it was Yvonne's friend. He was Yvonne's friend. He was not actual McCleary, the person who was an invigilator. And he had helped Yvonne to run away. And everybody was mistaken that he is the invigilator. So this happened actually. And by that time, everyone in the prison knows what has happened. It had not been Evans impersonating McCleary who had walked out. It had been Evans impersonating McCleary who had stayed in. Now the question arises, where did he went? Where did he run away? Where did Evans go? Well, Yvonne walks up to the reception desk of the Golden Lion Hotel. He had to do a long and tricky operation. Still, he was playing some clever trick, children. He was lucky that Jackson did not take his hat off. You know why he was not taking his hat off when he was giving his examination? He told that to the officer that his lag hat is very lucky and that's why I don't want to take it off. In fact, a beard and so many small things were hidden in that hat. Yvonne now collect his key. He asked for an early morning call at 6:45 a.m. He thanked God that everything has gone nicely and in a very smooth manner he had escaped from the jail. He unlocked his bedroom door and then stood frozen at the spot. Sitting on the bed was the governor of the jail. Well, Ivan was very much surprised. He never thought in a dream that the governor must be there waiting for him. And finally he surrendered. Ivan is visibly shaken. Okay, there's a for few minutes there is a silence in the hotel room. He is beaten in his own game. He tells that the correction slip killed two little birds with a single stone. It gave the name of a hotel for Ivan's and the exact time the exam started. Then Ivan asked how the governor could locate the hotel in which he was staying. The clue came from the paper itself. The governor told him. Ivan wrote index number 313, center number 271. The six-figure references 313, 271 landed him there. The governor stands up. He asks Ivan to tell him how he got all that blood to pour over his head. Ivan replies that it was a pig's blood from the slaughterhouse, but it stopped it from clotting. He had to mix actual blood in that pig's blood. So it did not clot. In the end, the governor asked how he could manage to plan all this business. Ivan replies that he has many friends. The German teacher is one of them. So children, the German teacher who used to give tuition to him in the jail, even it was his man only, Ivan's man. A silent prison officer handcuffs the recaptured Ivan. He does not resist. Two men clambered into the back seat of the prison van. The governor now called two of the person with the prison van. You know what is a prison van? In which they take few police officers are there, few constables are there along with the criminal. So they are taken in that type of van. So the jail governor, he called the prison van and two men clambered into the back seat of the prison van. The governor says farewell to him like a good old friend. Now governor is very happy. He is telling goodbye and he is happy that once again he is going to send Ivan to jail. Well, now what happened? This is very strange thing. Now I feel I should not tell you that who really had the last laugh. It was the governor or the Ivan. Now this I will not tell you now, children. I will tell you at the end when I will be explaining the lesson that what really happened to Ivan. Who had the last laugh? That means who has made fools to whom? Was it a governor who had caught Ivan, or was it Ivan who had once again escaped? So this is the background of the story, background of the play, and children, so now I will be doing the explanation of the play. Now with this I've given 2 points to you. First I've told you about the author, and then I've discussed the background and the summary of the play. Now children, I have already told you about the character of the play. Now I told you once again I would like to discuss before explaining the play, because I think many must of you, if you will not know about this character, you won't be able to enjoy the play. Now children, first once again I am going to read from dramatis persons. As you can see here, the first character is the secretary of the examination board. That means he is a person who had given permission to Ivan to give the examination, and he had decided that he would be sitting in the prison and give the examination from there only. Now, governor of HM Prison, Oxford, that means he is the main person who is controlling everything. Everybody has to obey his order. So, he is the governor of HM Prison, Oxford. Well, James Yvonne, he is the main, main person who has committed a crime, and 3 times he had escaped also, and the whole story is rotating around this man only, James Evans. Well, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Stephenson, they were selected they were given special duty to guard the prisoner, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Stephenson. Well, the reward S. McClory, he was selected by the secretary of the examination as an invigilator, but unfortunately the real McClory, I've told you the summary, he was, what happened to him? He was, yes, he was, he was locked in his house. Somebody else went in his place. And who was he? He was a person who had made Yvonne escape from the jail. It was his man only. Well, Mr. Carter is a detective superintendent and Mr. Bell, detective chief inspector. So children, now I will be doing the explanation of the play in my next video, and you can see, and then you will really enjoy this play. So with this, I end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day, students.